Farm bill. Oh, TPP. How many want to talk about TPP? How many people want to talk some more about timber? Okay, a lot to talk about. All right, NSA. We're really at a crucial time in the debate, and the president gave his speech, on Friday, and now the Congress really has the challenge of trying to come up with a sensible policy. I will tell you, I think this is an enormously important debate for our country. And I've been on the Intelligence Committee for 12 years. I've spent a huge amount of time in the last 7 years dealing with metadata, which of course is the data about data, all these phone records. The government is collecting all your phone records, who you called, when you called, and the like. And people often come up and compare this to private companies having their data. And they say, well, the private companies have our data, so what's the big deal? Often you can prevent them from having your data and saying you can't use it and the like. They may make some money. If the government has your data, that can undermine your freedom, your personal liberty. And when the government knows who you called and when you called and usually where you called from, folks, that is a federal human relations database. And if the government knows that you called a psychiatrist 3 times in 36 hours, once after midnight, government does not need to be listening to that call. They know an awful lot about you. And so I've led the fight in the Senate. It's been pretty lonely for a lot of years. Now we're getting some good allies on both sides of the aisle. We actually are, I joke with my colleagues, I said we're getting the Ben Franklin caucus going. Ben Franklin was the one who said anybody who gives up their liberty for security really doesn't deserve either. Mr. Snowden's been charged with espionage. I was not going to get in the middle of making commentary as it goes, to a great extent, because once you go that route, it's hard to keep your focus on the underlying policies. And we have to use every day. The one point I didn't mention to the other person, I think the gentleman said his name was Edward, we've got the clock running in our favor now, but we won't always. The business records provision of the Patriot Act, Section 215, expires in June of next year. And if we make the kind of progress we're making week after week after week, there's a new poll out today saying more Americans are unhappy about the idea that the government is collecting more and more of their phone records when they've done nothing wrong. We're going to win this.